Welcome back to the Better Lives podcast. I'm your host, Caitlin.
And I'm Eric.
And we are here today with Alicia and Melea from the Oregon Cascades West Council of Government.
Or COG for short.
Or COG for short, yes.
That's a mouthful, so I had to narrow it down a little bit. So COG, thank you for that.
And they'll be telling us a bit today about their organization and their Stand By Me Oregon program. So we're super excited to have them here to chat with us today.
Yeah, they're one of our first community partners that have come in here and visited with us today on the podcast. We're really excited to talk about some of the community activities we take partnerships with. And we'll start off with Alicia. Tell us about you, actually.
Great. Thank you so much for having us here today. We're really excited to talk about our programs. My name is Alicia Lucky, and I am with the Council of Governments, or COG as it's called. I've been with them for just under 12 years, and we run a variety of programs. I'm a mama. I have 3 kiddos and live in Corvallis. We moved here about 13 years ago and really just love, living in the Willamette Valley and living in a place where we can kind of live and serve the same community where our kiddos are going to school and where we work. And so, yeah, it's just great to be here.
We're happy to have you. What about you, Melea? How long have you been working over at COG?
I came through COG, I guess about 5 years ago. So I'm one of the original people who brought the Stand By Me Oregon program to Oregon. And I kind of come from a strange background for this kind of work. I am a civil engineer, and I had a career in civil engineering. And as I stopped the civil engineering work, I started talking to folks about different issues and thought that I could really help people, and became a life coach.
Uh-oh.
And I've always been really interested in finances. So when this program came about, it was like, wow, this is a great fit. Financial coaching.
Yeah. How long were you a life coach?
I've been a life coach for about 6 years.
Oh, nice.
Started just right before COVID.
Right before moving into this new position.
Yeah.
Then,
mm-hmm.
Huh? That's
yeah.
awesome.
So it was a perfect fit.
That's fantastic.
That's really nice. Yeah.
Can you guys, for the listeners who don't know out there, can you tell us a little bit more about some of the programs Oregon Cascade West Council of Governments are involved in? Just a kind of a brief overview of what you guys, your mission.
Sure. So we are a intergovernmental entity, and so we're made up of member governments in Lynn, Benton, and Lincoln counties. And so what that really means is different municipalities, cities, and counties pool together their resources, and we run a variety of programs on their behalf. And so the city of Halsey, for example, or Lincoln County, the city of Corvallis, anything within that tri-county region is a member government that we can serve. And so in that, we're kind of like a giant contractor. We serve as the area's Area Agency on Aging, which means that we administer Medicaid and SNAP for the region. You might have heard of Rideline, which provides free transportations for folks that are Medicaid to get to doctor's appointments, which are really critical. We do some small business lending. You probably know Meals on Wheels, so we also deliver meals to homebound seniors in the region.
Fantastic program.
So needed, especially right now. And especially during COVID, frankly, it was...
Oh, I bet.
Yeah, super important. And so, we do a bunch of stuff. I oversee the Benton County Veterans Service Office, so that's another contract that we have. We can help veterans in Benton County navigate their VA benefits. But the program that I'm in is community services programs. And so it's really just this place where we can do small pilot programs for our community. Usually came to us from a city government member and said, can you try out this project and see if it sticks? And so the program we're going to be talking about today is one of those projects, Stand By Me.
That's fantastic. We're excited to hear more about that.
Yeah.
So how did you guys get involved with Central Willamette? Tell people about that. Anyone else might be interested in partnering with us as well. Like how was your journey? How did you meet and how do we get involved?
Yeah, so we at the Council of Governments have a Senior Services Foundation and work really closely with Steve Yearling, who I believe is also on your guys'
on our board. Yeah.
And so when we started delving more into the financial literacy space, he said, you got to connect with my friends over at Central Willamette. So I was able to meet with David and chat a bit, and he just thought the program sounded awesome and had a series of conversations. You guys have been really wonderful and supporting us and underwriting some workshops that we do on financial literacy for the community. So we have one coming up with Family Tree Relief Nursery just down the street. We did one with Young Roots Oregon, which is another local nonprofit that supports teen parents. And so that's been really great. But David's also said, we have a lot of resources here that you might want to tap into as a small pilot to help advertise your program, maybe boost referrals with some of our members. And so this podcast is one of those ideas.
Yeah,
so.
We're happy to have you.
Yeah, no, this is new to the, I don't know a lot of financial institutions that are doing podcasts. I know we don't have a huge following, but you got to start somewhere. And having people like you on our podcast and platform definitely helps spread the word. And it's such important information to have because there's all these services out there, but what are they? How do you take advantage of them? And where are they? Like,
people probably haven't even heard of some of the things you guys can help with too. So that's really important, I think.
Yeah, Stand By Me is really this niche program in that it isn't chiefly financial literacy per se, it's coaching. And so the program is based on 4 pillars. We help people with navigating, creating a budget, or we like to say a spending plan because the word budget.
I like that better, spending plan.
And
spending plan, that's a good one, yeah.
People don't like to hear the word budget. They're like, oh no, I don't want to be limited.
Yeah.
We were the marketers. Let's bring them in next time we need some good catchphrases.
And we also track debt and how much debt we can reduce with our clients, increasing their savings, and also improving of their credit score. So, but the power of the program, it's free, we should say. It's one-on-one coaching. The power of the program is really the coaching aspect. So Melea here, as a life coach, really brings that flair to the program. So do you want to talk a bit about our coaches?
Yeah, we've got about 15 coaches at any one time, and some of them are in different organizations throughout the counties, and some of them are volunteers. And we train them half on the fundamentals of finance and half on how to be a life coach, which I think is what's really unique about the program. It takes a little bit of a different approach than just simply financial literacy.
Yeah.
And we train up our coaches, and then they meet, as Alicia said, one-on-one with people and help them along their financial journey.
And you say you had 15 coaches?
We have about 15 coaches.
15, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, just for listeners out there, from a credit union standpoint, the reason why these partnerships are so important is because community involvement is one of our pillars as well. So we're a not-for-profit, so we don't worry about the bottom line, and we just look to serve the community. So, working with people like you to provide services that we might not have or enhance services that we currently have is fantastic. So we'd love to talk a little bit more about the Stand By Me and where you guys are going with that. So
yeah,
and how we're helping at Central Lamit's helping you guys with that program.
Yeah, we're really hoping, and I know you all feel this way too, that if the more we talk about this, the more we can kind of demystify the topic of money. And so we talk a lot about, financial wellness being part of your overall wellness. We like to say to our coaches, somebody can come to you with being physically fit and have spiritual wellness and maybe a good group of friends, have a job that they like, but if they have this looming debt in the back of their brain, it can really throw off all the relationships in the wellness wheel. And so that's kind of the place where we start with our clients and kind of rip the Band-Aid off, so to speak, on it's okay to talk to us about your debt. It's okay to talk to us about maybe if you kind of have this looming bill from college or something that you don't know how to pay down. And so we're just really excited that if your members kind of need that one-on-one weekly check-in, it's almost like therapy, money therapy, we would be happy to take on the referral.
It's one of those things you can't ignore it and fix it. You just got to kind of throw it all out there and just be honest with the situation. And
it's the hardest part.
Yeah, honesty is the hardest part. But finding a coach to help you, guide you through that process is super important.
We really focus on that too, having the coaches to be really understanding and work with our clients on a very personal level.
Do you guys have a specific, besides this county, is it a specific demographic that you guys are targeting, or is it just whoever needs to take advantage of this program?
We will coach anyone, and we have coached folks on all parts of the spectrum from the pay scale. Our hope is that we're serving the population that's a lower income who really need the help more. We serve about 75% of our clients are women, which is interesting.
Nice.
And we found that several of our coaches were Spanish speakers. So we're really proud of that.
That's really important. I think.
We'll definitely have to take advantage of that.
Yeah, it's a great place for Spanish speakers to be able to talk to a coach in their own native language, and our coaches have been trained to understand. They not only understand the culture, but they also understand the U.S. banking system. So it's really a really nice sweet spot.
Yeah, that's so important for the person receiving the coaching to feel like, I understand this person.
Right.
I'm from the same world as this person, or just there's that personal connection there, rather than someone who, might know everything. It's kind of intimidating when you're not with someone that can't identify with you culturally speaking.
Absolutely. And that's the key for coaching.
Yeah.
Do you feel like 15 coaches is plenty, or are you guys looking for any more?
We're always looking for more coaches. Our referrals are really ticking up, which is nice to see.
That's really exciting.
It is.
Do you have a rough idea of how many people are taking advantage of?
To date, in the program, we have about 84 participants.
Oh, nice.
And it's really accelerating, and it's hard to get the word out.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
And
yeah.
it's we have about 80 participants, and then we've had 270 different individual appointments. So we see people
85 people who are consistently doing it,
Correct.
But then you've had some people trickle in from time to time, just
Correct.
individual. That's sometimes you only need one. Oh, I need this one thing.
Sometimes
So,
that
yeah,
happens.
and-
Sometimes it happens.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And one of the things with our partnership that we're trying to expand is utilizing some of our resources. One of them being this podcast room. So you guys are going to be venturing into the podcast space yourself, and we kind of wanted to talk a little bit about that and introduce it, and like, what are your hopes for this podcast coming up?
Yeah, we're really thankful to be able to use this space with y'all. So as Melea said, 75% of our participants are women, and so we'd really like to lean into that space. We have some ideas drummed up for our next podcast around women in finances, which is a really interesting topic for us. And because we have just shy of 23% of our participants are Latinos, with Spanish being their first language, we also plan to bring in some of our partner organizations and do a podcast in Spanish. I am bilingual.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Professionally fluent, spent some years in Spain and Mexico. And so have been able to really develop some strong partners. We have a contract with Casa Latinos in Benton County. There's a new emerging profit called Andares. We just received a grant with them with the Lynn Benton Health Equity Alliance, and we'll be doing a series of financial literacy workshops in partnership with GAPS this coming fall. So once we have that information, we'll be sure to get it out. We also work with Strengthening Rural Families in Philomath, and they have this brilliant Fulbright scholar on their staff right now from Colombia, and she has a really neat coaching edge to her, and so we expect to have all of them come join us as well, and
That's awesome.
talk about those financial topics that might prick the heart of local Latinos.
Yeah. We do our own internal training of our coaches.
Really? You do it all yourself?
Yeah, we do. And then we do bi-weekly coach huddles where we do like continuing education.
Okay.
And we're always looking to brush up our skills.
For sure. We'd love to have some of the coaches in too.
That'd be great.
Anyone from the
How fun that
organization
would
you
be.
guys want to come and bring in, this platfor's open to you guys anytime. So
That would be great.
That would be great. Our coaches are either one, embedded in local nonprofits, but two, there's also just they're called AmeriCorps Senior Volunteers, and it's kind of like a domestic assignment, almost like a domestic Peace Corps. And so we have a handful of retirees that do this just for fun and retirement, and come to us with a variety of backgrounds. So it would be neat to plug them into. If any of your members are interested in coaching, it's free, it's confidential. The best way to contact us is to write Stand By Me Oregon at ocwcog.org, or give us a call. My direct line is 541 924-8440. We'd love to connect with you, kind of figure out what you want to work on first. We assign you a coach. It's important to say that 90% of the coaching is done over the phone or over a virtual call, so it's something you can do on your lunch break or in between picking up kiddos or whatever. We'd love to have you reach out and work on your goals.
And again, the footprint of people who can take advantage of the services.
18 and up.
18 and up.
Resident of Lynn, Benton, Lincoln, or Marion County. We just kind of layered in that county.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Well, if anyone,
It's a wide reach.
That is a very wide reach.
In Marion County, that's awesome.
It is.
Yeah. Well, if anyone needs to take advantage of services, feel free to reach out to Alicia and her team, and they'd definitely love to help you guys out. All right. Anything else we need to cover or talk about, or we're just thankful to have you guys here, and we really appreciate taking the time today. So.
We're grateful that you included us.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
Well, thank you all for joining us today. And if you are interested in getting some services from Stand By Me Oregon, I will have that contact info in the description of this episode, so you can have that there for you. You can find us on Instagram and Facebook at Central WCU. And don't forget to follow us on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts. And join us next time so we can keep building better lives together. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
The information provided here is for informational purposes only and does not constitute financial advice. Consult with a qualified financial advisor before making any financial decisions.